Hello, and thanks for stopping by the Sister Cousins Lifestyle channel. My name is Sandy, and in today's video, we are going to be going out. We're going to be doing a shop with me video, and it's going to be a shopping marathon today. We are going to hit up Pottery Barn, Crate and Barrel, Arhaus, and one other store that I've never taken you to, but I'm really excited about that one. So if you want to see everything that there is in stores now, because the after Christmas sales have already started, so I'm going to share all that with you. But first, I want to share with you. Um, the other day, I shared a video where my mom and I had gone over to my sister's house and taken her new rug. Well, there was something else that we took also on that same day that I want to share with you now. And that something was this Bliss memory foam mattress from Novella. Now, they sent out this mattress to us. It was wrapped very tightly in the plastic. If you purchase mattresses lately, you know they come a little bit differently than they used to come. They kind of come in a box or rolled up or whatever. That's the way this one came, just like this. This is a king size pillow, believe it or not. I mean, mattress, believe it or not. So, this is what it looked like. It was tightly rolled up, and all we had to do was cut the wrapping off. And once it comes out, the expansion of it begins. Now, the thing about these memory foam mattresses is that they're really, really good for your spinal support because they evenly distribute your spinal pressure, which gives you full body gravitational support. They are super, super comfortable. They relieve pressure points and they promote healthy sleep. And I can report that my sister has been sleeping on this mattress now for a couple of nights, and she is reporting so much better sleep and also relief to her back. So that is a good thing. All you have to do to get your hands on this mattress is check my description box below, where I will have all the links and information so that you can go in and check it out for yourself. Now we are leaving her house and we are headed to the mall. Are you ready? Okay, the first stop is going to be Pottery Barn. And like I said, the sales have already begun on the Christmas items. They have items anywhere from 30% up to 50% off on some of the items. So I'm coming in to see if there's anything good and anything that I want to check out for the true after Christmas sale. So if they're already on sale, a lot of it's probably going to sell out, but we'll check them out anyway. So these botanicals are 40% off, not bad. So they have the berries and the nice stems and that type of thing. I love Pottery Barn stems, so that's not a bad buy. And there's a risk if you don't catch them at the 40% off that they'll be sold out, and that'll be as far as they'll go. But you never know, so you got to check it out. This table setting is so pretty. I like that a lot. That's so traditional, very, very classic and timeless. I'm noticing that not only do they have Christmas items on sale, but some of their furniture pieces are also on sale. So like side chairs, accent chairs, that type of thing. If you're looking for that, great time to check those out. This whole gingerbread collection is now on sale for 30% off. Not bad. And it's fully stocked. It looks like they pretty much have all the items in to choose from, and they're super cute. You know, that gingerbread theme is one that comes back every year. I'm in the market for some new bedding, and I was hoping they would have more in for, year-round bedding or whatever, but they still have a lot of the Christmas bedding in, and it is on sale. So this one here is 50% off. So there are some deals to be had, and this is a great time to purchase it if you find one that you're just in love with and you don't want to risk waiting till after Christmas or whatever. 50% off is not a bad deal. And of course, their sets come with the quilts and the shams and everything that you need for a complete set. They're very, very nice. Christmas ornaments are also on sale. They're 50% off, and they're asking you to shop from the tree. So it'll be interesting to see how long it takes for this tree to be empty. Right now, it's relatively full, and there's lots of things on here to pull from, but I probably would guess that they'll be gone pretty quickly. But yeah, this is what it's looking like right now. And like I said, all of the ornaments are 50% off. There's some real cute ones left on here too. Very, very nice. And they're priced probably from around $7 on up. And of course, you can always order them online if you don't have a store near you or you don't want to go to the store. This coffee table here is set up in a nice theme that will go right into the winter season or whatever. Very, very nicely done. Just some pine cones and some greenery. Looks very nice, warm, and cozy. Look how pretty and warm and cozy this comforter, this throw is. It just looks so cozy. That would be perfect for a nice cool day in front of the fireplace, watching a nice, nice movie And this table decor is perfect for the winter season. I love it. But let's get back to some of these sale Christmas items here. Now, this teddy bear here is called the Beverly. And we saw something very similar over at Ross the other day. This one here, I think it was still $49. Actually, it was $43. And if I remember correctly, the one we saw over at Ross was $14.99. I don't know where this new obsession I have with teddy bears has come from, but I just think they're so much fun. And I love them for the Christmas season for decorating. These deer and trees here, they've had these every year for a while now. They're on sale now. So if you want to get your hands on the original Pottery Barn ones, it's a good time to go and get them. If not, you can always wait till next year when they come out in Aldi. They're very, very similar. That's a pretty room set up there with the red pillows and a little touch of black and a little bit of warmth with the beige. That looks really, really nice. But this bar cart caught my eye, and this thing was heavy and sturdy. It's brass. It looks so, so nice. I love this. I have been wanting a new bar cart for a while. It's not going to be happening anytime soon, but that's a really nice one. One of the things that I like about shopping at the stores that we're going to today, now they're pricey, don't get me wrong, they are pricey, but they don't change out their items very often. Like they bring them back each year for a while, maybe adding a new color into it or something like that. But it's not like a major, major change. So it's a lot of stability in their items, which means that the items stay kind of like in a trending state a lot longer. Unlike some of the other stores where every time you go in there, they kind of change some things out and kind of keep you buying. But anyway, those large ornament balls there, I do want some like that. And the Pottery Barns are very, very nice in that brass color. So, so nice. And of course, they have a lot of the throws and bedding and things like that in the red tartan plaid and that type of thing, but they've been doing it for a very long time. That's kind of like a classic with Pottery Barn at this point. But they've got some really, really nice things in. So I do like coming into their showroom anytime I get the chance. This is the store in Charlotte, North Carolina, if I did not mention that, in the South Park Mall. So now we're walking on through the mall to see what else we can find. And I just thought I'd show you this. This is the Coach store. I didn't go in here, but I just thought that little display was cute. But where I did go in was Arhaus. Now, Arhaus surprised me today. I come in here a lot. I share this store on the channel quite a bit because whenever I come to the mall, I do like to come in here and just dream. Their prices are very, very high, but they have very high quality furnishings for your home furniture. They have wall decor, all types of things. They don't sell botanicals or greenery or things like that too often unless it's seasonal, like Christmas things. But they do have a lot of really nice things. I love their candles. I love their light fixtures. It just everything. It's just like a place I just love to come and look and get visual inspiration. Now, when you talk about timeless classic pieces, Arhaus is the place to go if you really want to make a great investment in something. Furniture, things like that is a great thing to invest in for your home. I love that round table there and those chairs. Those chairs are gorgeous. Now, I would like those with a rectangle table. I'm not sure I'm a fan of the round table, but those chairs are beautiful. Love those. That rich camel color, that is just so pretty. I thought one thing that I like about this store is it's always done very, very simply. So nothing is overdone in Arhaus, typically ever. But I glanced over here and I saw this bed and I'm like, now what do they have going on over here? I was like, surely they don't think they have styled this bed. Well, it turns out they've got a big sale going on. So that's why they have all those pillow covers out. They're on sale. And I saw this little area here where these items here were up to 70% off on some of the items. So I got excited, but I could tell you now, I did not find anything in this area. I was so disappointed because this would have been a good time if I'd seen anything that I wanted or needed, I should say, at a good price. This would have been a good time to get it because 70% off, you can't beat it. Some of the items were only 50% off, but really they didn't have anything back here that I needed or wanted. It looked like some items had kind of been picked over or whatever, and they just decided to clearance it out. But I had never been in here and seen a clearance section in our house. So this was a first. I've seen items on sale before, not a lot, but every now and then. But this clearance, that was really different for me. I do like these wooden orbs. It wasn't anything that I would purchase. But I do like those in general. I was checking to see if they had any nice planters because I'm a plant mom, but I didn't see any planters that I could use. So I went around here and I looked and saw these pillow covers here. So I thought I'd check them out. Now, these are some really, really nice pillow covers. They are very nice quality, very heavy duty, really, really nice. But they were oversized pillows. And I don't know what in the world I would do with a pillow this large. They look like a good 24 by 24, maybe even 26 by 26, which is very, very large, but they were nice pillows. So I was digging through here to see if there was anything that I saw that I liked. And I did see one lumbar pillow that I really, really liked, but it just wasn't marked down enough for me. So I had to leave it there. But I searched through that box seeing if there was anything else. This one was kind of nice, but it didn't do it for me. But this next one that you're going to see coming up here, now I love this one. Look at this. Those colors. Oh my God. I love that. That would be perfect for my living room. I like to do the black and white. And here lately, I've been bringing in a little bit of warmth with my caramel colors and whatnot. But that was just a little too pricey. But that was a beautiful, beautiful lumbar pillow cover. Now, they did have some of their reefs or greenery or whatever. Like I said, they don't really do a lot as it relates to botanical stems and things like that. But they will have reefs and garland for the holiday. So it did have that, and it was 70% off, but that was nothing that we can't find anywhere else. This little Christmas stocking was kind of nice, but there was just nothing here that I needed to pull the plug and purchase. So on to the next spot. As I'm walking out the store, I'm not missing anything in here. I mean, when I tell you this store is so visually pleasing to me, I just love coming in here. Everything is just so nicely done. I love it so, so much. It just makes you feel so comfortable. You just want to sit down and stay a while. They have bedding, they have, all of the things that you would expect in a furniture store type place, but it's just really, really nicely done. I love it. Okay, so remember I said we were going to a store that we had never gone to before, or at least I'd never shared it here on the channel. And that store is Neiman Marcus. Now, stick with me now. Stick with me. We're going to have some fun in here today as well. But anyway, I'm walking in. I'm getting sidetracked because I'm seeing all kinds of things there. That was a nice little photo op for somebody. But this store was so nicely done. It was so beautiful. Neiman Marcus is always that way. It's one of those stores that you kind of go in and you feel, well, I feel out of place, like you don't need to be in here. But let me give you a little tip here. I do come in here once a year typically, and I come in when they're having their special where you make a purchase of a certain amount and then they give you a gift card back. The things that I come in and I buy, and that's when I'm going to buy my fragrance. Sometimes I buy makeup and things like that, things that never go on sale. They are included in this special. So when you come in and you purchase your fragrance, I'm a fragrance girl. I just love things that make your house smell good. I also like things that make me smell good. So I like to indulge in a nice fragrance every now and then, about once a year. And this is where I like to come. So I target their little sale when they're going to have it so that I can come in and then get that little gift card back. Then you feel like you're not spending as much for your fragrances. So that's just what I do. But anyway, I decided today that I was going to come up here and look at their Christmas trees. I have never done this before. So I said, let me see how they're decorating their Christmas trees. Earlier in the season, we went to Dillard's and Belk and Macy's looking at how they sold their Christmas trees and their Christmas decor and everything. But I did not come in this store. So I decided to come in here today. And boy, they did not disappoint. Look how pretty this tree is. Those jewel tone ornaments are absolutely gorgeous. Now, of course, we're in Neiman Marcus, so they don't have many sales, or at least not that I know of, other than their little special that they have that I spoke about. But yeah, we can see here that they do have Christmas ornaments and things like that. This white tree is really, really pretty as well. But they just have such cute little displays and everything. So I had a good time just kind of walking through here and seeing what they had, because this was a new area for me. I'd never ventured my way up here to see what went on beyond that cosmetic counter downstairs. Of course, they have all the fine china and all of that thing. We see a lot of Mackenzie Childs in here. We see a lot of plaid um, items, things like that. Really nicely done, just very, very nice. So this was fun to just kind of come in and take a look around. Now, our next stop today is going to be Crate and Barrel. So I want to go over there and see if we see the sales that we did over at Pottery Barn, the after Christmas sales. So we did see that they are having them over at Pottery Barn, and we saw Arhaus had a little clearance going on over there. Neiman Marcus don't have nothing going on over here, but let's see what Crate and Barrel has. Well, it was a treat to come in here for me. I hope that you enjoyed your time in here as well. I must say that I was hoping that it would be a lot more in terms of decorated Christmas trees and things like that. I love looking at things like that, but it was cute and all. So hopefully you enjoyed this little walkthrough over here. But it's time for us to head on over to our next stop, which is going to be Crate and Barrel. And let me know below if you like any of these trees here that we saw here. I'd like to know which one was your favorite. I know for me, my favorite one was the multicolor one, the kind of jewel tone tree. But now we're heading out of the store, and it's quite an experience going down this escalator with all of this little glitter and silver up here. Very, very pretty. But now we're over at Crate and Barrel. Crate and Barrel recently moved in Charlotte, and it is now located on the other side of the mall, no longer near the mall like it was. But it's okay. It's not that far. So let's come in here and see what's going on. The first thing that I noticed walking in here is that I didn't see the sale signs that I did when we walked into Pottery Barn. So I'm wondering, do you have anything on sale yet? Or is it a little too early for you to begin your after Christmas sales? Let's see. I do enjoy coming in here though, because again, just like the other stores that we went in, I just love their furniture. I love the way that they have them displayed with their coffee tables and the pillows and the lamps. That brass lamp there was really, really nice. Everything is always simply done, just like we've seen at the other stores. They don't go all out as it relates to the decorating, but they make it very, very nice. And it's still very festive, even though they don't have a ton of things going on. That white sectional there is beautiful. I love the pillows on there. So, so nice. Love that. I love the entertainment section in Crate and Barrel. They have a ton of glasses, all different types of glasses, dishes, that type of thing. Their entertainment section is like none other. I think they are superior to Pottery Barn in that sense that they do really have a full selection. They also have like kitchen items and small kitchen appliances, things like that, as well as their Christmas decor and botanicals and things like that. They are a full stop shop for everything that you would need for entertainment for the holidays or what have you. Okay, I'm spotting some items that are on sale, but you know what? This is so unprofessional. Look, they just crossed it out and wrote the price in red on there, but yeah, that's what they got going on over here. So they are marked down. I can appreciate that, but they didn't even take the time to bother putting out any sale signs or anything like that. And they have a lot of these little snowmen left over, and they had a lot of the little Christmas trees left over, the little marble Christmas trees. Those are nice. They'll be $13 for those, but I didn't particularly care for that color. They got the little houses and things for Christmas. They are marked down, so they'll probably still have some of these after Christmas, and we'll see if they're going to mark them down any further, or are they just going to take them and store them to bring them back again next year. I don't know. Crate and Barrel is another one that they don't do a lot of changes to their items. You know, their vases and things like that. They're typically the same ones we've been seeing for quite a while. But their botanical, same thing really. They'll usually add one or two in each year. They have a lot left here. So we probably will see some of these in the after Christmas sale. Now I see a little few of those little red markings down here too. So they have began to mark some of them down, which is good, but I need to see deeper discounts. You all might remember I purchased my tortoiseshell ornaments from here this year that I used on one of my trees, and I have been watching to see if they were going to mark them down so that I can see if I can get an adjustment of any type. Those bulbs sold out, and they never got them back. They sold out. So they never made it to being on sale. People grab them up. But they do still have a lot of other ornaments left over. Now, these look pretty much like it looked when I was in here like a month or two ago. Everything is pretty much still here. And not everything is on sale over here either, which is surprising. So some of them have the little red markings, but not all of them. So after Christmas sales might be pretty good over here at Crate and Barrel. We'll see. You know, I'll probably bring you all back over here when the time is right. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. Also, if you're not currently subscribed to my channel, consider hitting that subscribe button before you leave today. That way we can stay connected. And to all my returning family members, thank you so, so much for your support. And I hope to see each and every one of you over here on my next one. See you next time.